Flash over its highly promoted GPT-5 rollout.
Highly anticipated GPT-5.
OpenAI has launched its newest version of ChatGPT, GPT-5.
GPT-5 is already out, and if you're still struggling on how to use ChatGPT properly, then this video is just for you. Because in this video, I'm going to be showing you how I myself prompt ChatGPT into giving me the best outcomes possible. And you can use this prompt structure for pretty much anything, for school, for content creation, for your business, any type of skill, any type of work that you're trying to do and complete using ChatGPT. You can, of course, definitely use this prompt structure. But before we dive onto my laptop, 98% of you have not subscribed to the channel. If you guys really are enjoying the content on this channel, and if you want more quality videos like this, then make sure you hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free and it would mean a whole lot for your support. So on my screen right here, you have, of course, ChatGPT opened. I'm using GPT-5. I've decided to go onto a new chat because if I use any of my existing chats, then it will obviously know how to give me the outcomes, even if I just give it a one-sentence prompt. So over here in this new chat, I'm gonna pretty much restart my ChatGPT training, and this is how I'm gonna prompt ChatGPT so that it gives me authentic, realistic, non-AI based, non-clickbaity stuff, information. So let's get straight into it. And the structure that I usually go with is called define, explain, and resist. Okay, so these three steps basically mean you have to write it in three sort of sections. So the first one is define, and define just means that you have to define who ChatGPT is. Okay, because as an AI, I can go ahead and write, give me 5 viral video ideas. I can pretty much write that and it will give me 5 viral video ideas. But the thing is though, it won't give me certain ideas based on what I want. It will give it to me based on what it thinks is the best. And of course, as an AI model, as an LLM, they have many different types of understandings. So what we want to do as the prompter is that we want to define who ChatGPT is. In this case, I want ChatGPT to be my content creation manager, marketing manager, or someone who is able to understand my audience and give me related ideas based on that. So I'm gonna start off my prompt as this. Hi ChatGPT. Don't forget to say hi, because otherwise you're being very rude. So I'm gonna say, hi ChatGPT. I am going to be describing you in a few sentences based on what you're going to do for me in this chat. That's the opening sentence, and next onwards we're gonna write down what we actually want ChatGPT to be. Okay, so in this case I'm gonna write So in this case, I've defined who ChatGPT is, and of course, I've given him even more details as to how much years of experience you have. But this is just a very surface level bit. I'm actually going to add a few more things onto it. Okay, I've finally finished the define part, and it's quite a long bit, so if you want, you can pause the video, screenshot it. But basically what I've done is that I've thoroughly defined who ChatGPT is, not based on just occupation and how much experience, but also what ChatGPT has done theoretically, figuratively as well, in a realistic way. So in terms of this, I've said you've helped many businesses and brands gain 1 million plus followers on their social media platforms and helped them improve their sales, as well as you've grown your own social media platform and been able to establish a brand worldwide. Aside from experience and occupation, I've defined its achievements, what it's achieved, and how it's, well, very well known worldwide. Next part is what we actually want ChatGPT to do, which is the explain bit. Okay, and in the explain bit, I'm just going to define what it's going to be doing for particular person, in this case me. So I'm gonna write based on me. Let's say I'm a beginner content creator and I want to start my YouTube channel from scratch and grow it to 1,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers. So I'm gonna write a few sentences about who I am and what I particularly want help with. Okay, so after a couple of minutes, I've finished writing the explain bit. And over here, as I said, I described who I am and what I want to achieve in this chat. So on the baseline, I've said that I'm a new creator with 0 subscribers and I want to grow my channel from 0 to 1,000 subscribers. And I will need help in the following things, such as coming up with viral content ideas, writing attractive titles, descriptions, and hooks, writing a compelling script, and even some miscellaneous tips for growing my channel quicker. So we've done the define bit, we've done the explain bit. Now lastly, we need to still prompt ChatGPT about a few things, because if I were to submit this prompt, ChatGPT will do quite a neat job, but there are some things which I don't want it to write. I can even go a bit more descriptive in the explain bit and say what my niche is, what I want to talk about, and even who my audience is. So I'm going to just edit that a bit. But in the last part of the prompt, which is called the resist part, I have to prompt ChatGPT in telling it that I don't want certain things, such as I don't want it to write AI-based content. I don't want it to sound like a bot. I don't want, fake or wrong information in my content ideas or titles or descriptions, and so on and so forth. Okay, so in the end, I've updated the explain bit. So over here, I've just written a few extra sentences, just saying who my niche is, what my audience is, and all that. And lastly, just down here in the resist bit, I've stated what I don't want ChatGPT to generate. In this case, don't generate fake or wrong information, don't sound like an AI. And lastly, I just added something of my own. Don't make the scripts too long. So we want, as a new creator, we want 5 to 6 minute videos. Okay, so now I'm just going to click enter, and as you can see, this is a very long prompt, but I hope ChatGPT will do a good job. So of course, I haven't given it any sort of video ideas to start off with, but as soon as I submitted the prompt, it was like, yo, perfect, Ayan, we can get started right away. 0 to 1,000 subscribers in 30 days, and it's given me a whole sort of step-by-step way of what I should do, what type of content I should be creating. So I chose a tech niche in this example. So we have, ideas such as iPhone 16 in 60 seconds, worth the hype. That could be a short video. The 500 laptop that beats a MacBook. That could be a long form video. AI tools every university student should need in 2025. That's also a very good one. In this case, titles, descriptions, hooks. You can, of course, further chat with this AI and ask it for something specific, but in general, what it's come up with is stop wasting money on laptops. Here's the one I'd actually buy. That's a very good hook from an AI. That is pretty much, very attention grab. And at the end, we have step 3, step 4, in this case, the script framework, which of course, based on your liking, you can edit yourself. But step 4, extra tips to reach 1K faster, post daily shorts, at least one long form video per week, reply to every comment, thumbnail strategy, all of these examples, all of these tips. In fact, this whole, answer that ChatGPT gave is pretty much how good it can get. But this is just the starting. If I wanted, I can even go even more in depth on how I wanted to prompt things. But just for the sake of this video, I made it a little more simpler. As you can see, if I were to just write, can you give me 5 viral video ideas as a prompt, 1 sentence, it will not have generated all this much content. Okay, it would have generated just 5 viral video ideas. Some might not even be relevant to my niche, my audience, or whoever I'm targeting. So in this case, writing your prompts in this structure, define, explain, resist, this will by far help you in whatever work you're doing, niche you're doing, even school work, or whatever you're doing basically. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you guys did, then make sure you subscribe to the channel, and if you guys haven't watched this video, then make sure you go watch it. It is a real banger. But I'll see you guys in the next one.